Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling confused, drained, or somehow wrong, but you couldn't quite put your finger on why? You're not alone. Unlike physical abuse, psychological manipulation leaves no visible scars. It operates in the shadows, often disguised as love, concern, or even humor. And here's what makes it truly dangerous. The most effective manipulation is the kind you never see coming. Today, we're breaking down 5 subtle signs that someone is manipulating you, backed by psychological research, clinical definitions, and real-life knowledge. By the end of this video, you'll see things you've been missing. Let's begin. Sign 1. They gaslight you, but so subtly you don't notice. The American Psychological Association defines gaslighting as the act of manipulating someone into doubting their own perceptions, experiences, or understanding of events. But here's the catch. Gaslighting doesn't always look like someone screaming, "You're crazy." More often, it sounds like this: "You're being overly sensitive. That never happened. I was just joking." You take everything so seriously. Research shows that manipulators often use calm, confident tones to reinforce their lies, making you doubt yourself precisely because they sound so sure. A dismissive or condescending tone minimizes your emotions until you start to believe your feelings aren't valid. In a 2025 systematic review published in Sage Journals, researchers found that gaslighting is a form of epistemic violence, an attack on a victim's ability to trust their own mind. Imagine your partner promised to pick you up at 6 p.m. They show up at 7:30. When you express frustration, they say, "I told you I had a meeting. You never listen. This is why I can't talk to you." Suddenly, you're apologizing, even though they were the one who was late. That's gaslighting in action. Sign 2. They love bomb you, then pull away. Love bombing isn't love. It's a strategy. Love bombing is a controlling and manipulative tactic most often used by narcissists and abusive individuals. They overwhelm you with affection, attention, and grand gestures, getting too close, too soon, asking deeply personal questions early on, making you feel like you've finally met your soulmate. A 2024 study published in Psychopedia journals found that love bombing conceals strategic manipulation through exaggerated praise, conditional affection, and guilt-inducing phrases. The researchers concluded that this manipulative language enables the perpetrator to maintain power and control in the relationship. Once they've gained your trust, the affection disappears. They use emotional manipulation, gaslighting, humiliation, and insults to control what you do, who you see, and how you act. For example, a partner who texts you constantly in the first week tells you you're the one and wants to spend every moment together, but 3 months later criticizes everything you do and makes you feel like you're never enough. The pattern is simple: idealize, devalue, discard. And by the time you see it, you're already emotionally invested. Sign 3. They use your insecurities against you. Manipulators are information collectors. Early on, they ask questions that seem like normal getting-to-know-you conversation, but they're actually gathering data. Your fears, your past traumas, your insecurities, your deepest vulnerabilities. Then, when it serves them, they weaponize that information. Did you tell them you struggle with feeling inadequate at work? Suddenly, they're making comments about your career choices. Did you share that you have a difficult relationship with your parents? Now they're implying you're broken because of your family. This isn't coincidence. This is calculated. Researchers have identified that manipulators control their victims through various reinforcement strategies, including punishment, reproaches, shouting, and criticism designed to destabilize you. When someone uses your own vulnerabilities against you, they're not just being mean. They're systematically eroding your self-worth. Sign 4. They use tone and nonverbal cues to control you. Words are only half the story. Research published in Psychology Today reveals that tone, pitch, and nonverbal cues can all serve as tools of control and manipulation, subtly influencing how you feel, think, and behave without you even realizing it. Here's what to watch for: a dismissive or sarcastic tone when you express feelings, a condescending tone when offering advice, making you feel incapable, a raised eyebrow or smirk that conveys disbelief, making you feel foolish, physical proximity used as intimidation, standing too close or looming. A 2024 study on subtle manipulation in relationships found that emotional withholding, intentionally withdrawing affection, communication, or emotional support, creates a power imbalance where one partner constantly strives to regain favor. A 2025 study published in Current Psychology found that people with dark personality traits, narcissism, psychopathy, Machiavellianism, use physical touch as a tool for control. These individuals often dislike being touched themselves, but they use touch to manipulate their partners. Sign 5. They play the victim. Constantly. This is one of the most effective manipulation tactics because it flips the script. When you try to address a problem, the manipulator suddenly becomes the victim. Suddenly, you're the one who hurt them. You end up apologizing for bringing up your concerns. What this looks like, after everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me? I guess I'm just a terrible person then. You're so lucky I put up with you. According to psychotherapist Susan Forward, emotional blackmail is a powerful form of manipulation in which people close to us threaten, either directly or indirectly, to punish us if we don't do what they want. The emotional blackmailer uses guilt and fear to push the victim into compliance. Research shows that manipulation consistently leads to 3 common emotions: feeling guilty, loss of identity, and feeling responsible. If you constantly feel like you're walking on eggshells, apologizing for things that aren't your fault, or questioning whether you're a good person, you may be dealing with a victim-playing manipulator.